Muggles rejoice! New Harry Potter spin-off series in the works. So it has nothing to do with it being an 8th book, as many Harry Potter fans were hoping. And of course, Harry and his friends are not involved, but it's a spin-off series nonetheless. So Warner Brothers has announced that J.K. Rowling will be writing a new movie series. And it's going to be based on the Hogwarts textbook, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and focus on the author of that book, Newt Scamander. So this is what Rowling describes the project as. Although it will be set in the worldwide community of witches and wizards, where I was so happy for 17 years, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is neither a prequel nor a sequel to the Harry Potter series, but an extension of the wizarding world. She continues, the laws and customs of the hidden magical society will be familiar to anyone who has read the Harry Potter books or seen the films, but Newt's story will start in New York, 70 years before Harry gets underway. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Beating a dead hippogriff?
Jesus.
I've never seen the movies.
Yikes. Harry Nodder.
Can Newt regenerate limbs too? Like an amphibian. Okay, whatever.
Oh, like a newt, like the animal, the newt?
Tom liked it. So first of all, are we excited by this news? I am, for one.
I would see it. I don't know.
You went to the Harry Potter world.
Yes, I did.
And did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
You're not into Harry Potter?
But this isn't Harry Potter. Harry Potter's not going to be in this.
You get to dive into that wizard world again. Ooh, and it should be noted that she did say that there's going to be a number of characters that Harry Potter fans will be familiar with in the new movie series.
But I like Hermione. If Hermione's not in it,
So
I'm not
does
gonna. Then I don't care.
Hey now.
Let Hermione go. Aren't you? Why won't you move on? You get to move on without moving on. That's what's so great.
Such a gangster. I don't care.
You can see
everything.
Her great grandparents maybe, or her grandparents.
No, it's before them. So do you think
70 years ago.
So then do you think it's Dumbledore when he was a kid?
We could see Dumbledore from New York when he was a kid. Do you remember where Dumbledore is from?
Jersey.
Sure, Jersey Shore, we'll take it. Okay, so what characters would you guys hope to see? Like you said Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I was thinking Dumbledore.
I would like to see some of the centaurs. I like those.
The centaurs are just chilling around New York City.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a superhero, Superman or Batman would suck me into the movie.
If it was there.
If it was like something completely separate and I didn't need to know, and it was like, oh, by the way, Superman's a character. I'd be like, okay, I'm in.
That's funny. Okay, so what would you guys say to the fans out there that are really disappointed that her next venture wasn't an 8th book? We don't even know if she's ever going to do an 8th book with Harry Potter and his friends.
This happens all the time where people want you to keep going with something that you, as an artist, or they squeezed every dollar they could, even by taking one of the books and making it into 2 movies.
Yeah.
Like they did what they did, and she said she's been in it for 17 years. It's been that long.
Yeah.
We watch people go from children to adults. Why don't we? And we get to move on without moving on. We stay in the wizarding world. It's another Harry Potter without having to be Harry Potter.
I agree with you, Brett. I would love to have an 8th book, but at the same time, I do think that needs to just kind of be
Don't Star Wars
retired. Yeah, don't Star Wars it, exactly. I mean, you couldn't say it better. I couldn't say it better
close
myself.
it out.
But at the same time, I do miss that world.
I understand as an artist, if you're tired of that and you want to move on, that's totally great. But then look at someone like Stephenie Meyer, who desperately wanted to move on from Twilight, and then she did The Host. And while that book did well, that movie bombed.
The book did really well, but yeah, the movie did not do well at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe
you either give the people what they want, or you do you take your millions and millions of dollars and go do something artistic that you want to make for yourself.
But hold on, when does it come to the point where you're watching it going, oh, they did one too many? You don't want to get to that point. Like Seinfeld stopped at 9 seasons. And he said, I didn't want to do a 10th season because I didn't want people to leave going, 10th season was this. They left high.
Usually I'm on the other end of that. And Arrested Development, the 4th season, kind of gave me this new theory where it's like, okay, you should have some time when everyone wants more. And then you should do one that's terrible so that people don't want more, so they'll leave you the hell alone.
Let's say we could pick any other series out there in their world, and what new movie series would you want to see based on a book series world? So for instance, C.S. Lewis. I love the Chronicles of Narnia, and I know we've seen that in a movie already with the Chronicles of Narnia,
movies, yeah.
But I would love it to be from maybe one of the other characters. So maybe you get to see the backstory of Mr. Tumnus. Is that his name, Mr. Tumnus?
Yeah,
Mr. Tumnus?
Tumnus.
Or like the beavers, the 2 beavers. So with that being said, which world would you want to see?
Series of unfortunate events. I want them to make a good movie this time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have a book, but I could tell you I would love to see a movie based off of the world of Groundhog Day, the Bill Murray. I think that would be really cool if there was a world that existed where people lived the same day and it was kind of known, and you're like, oh, you're going through the same day, huh?
I think what we should do, and I think this is necessary, is the Hunger Games takes place in a world after the apocalypse, the American apocalypse. We need to see the story of that apocalypse. So we'll go do these movies.
So it'd be prequel.
And then we'll do the prequel
Okay.
of how it got that way. Because if you think about it, this is the worst solution ever. I don't see how it could keep the peace to have the Hunger Games. Like, in what way are people like, oh, so you're gonna let kids kill each other? Cool, we won't revolt.
Right,
Like,
how
what?
did we see that come about? Exactly, that's very interesting. Okay, so what do you guys think about this new Harry Potter spin-off movie series? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Trigger.